Welcome to Dark Side of the Mind. Let's dive into the story of Pol Pot, who was originally known as Saloth Sa when he was born in 1925. He grew up in Cambodia when it was under French rule. This was a time of many changes, and young Saloth was deeply affected by them. He was surrounded by his country's rich culture, but also saw the hardships and inequality caused by colonial rule. His journey to Paris was a turning point. Here he came across many different beliefs and ideas. One that really stood out to him was Marxism, a belief in a society where everyone is equal and there are no social classes. This idea resonated with him, and he began to dream of a similar future for Cambodia. He was so drawn to this concept of a perfect rural society, free from interference and social inequality, that he wanted to remove all traces of colonial rule and class division. But this poses a question for us: is the pursuit of an ideal society ever worth the cost of upheaval and potential conflict? 1975 marked the year Pol Pot's vision turned into a harrowing reality. With the fall of the US-backed Lon Nol regime, the Khmer Rouge, under Pol Pot's leadership, seized control of Cambodia. As cities fell, the world watched in disbelief. Phnom Penh, once a bustling city teeming with life, was soon emptied as part of Pol Pot's grand design. Millions of Cambodians were forced from urban centers to labor in the countryside. Schools were closed, money was abolished, and religion was banned. The Khmer Rouge sought to transform Cambodia into a rural, classless society where everyone would work as farmers. Intellectuals, they believed, were the root of inequality. Thus, they were either killed or made to toil in the fields alongside peasants. The goal? To start from scratch. A year zero where society was stripped of its past in pursuit of a radical agrarian dream. Pol Pot's regime was ruthless. His vision for a year zero society gave rise to a reign of terror that forever scarred the nation of Cambodia. The Khmer Rouge, under Pol Pot's command, sought to eradicate anything and anyone they perceived as a threat to their agrarian dream. Intellectuals, professionals, city dwellers, and even those who merely wore glasses were targeted as enemies of the state. They were forced out of their homes, separated from their families, and sent to labor camps where they worked under grueling conditions. The regime's paranoia knew no bounds. Neighbor was turned against neighbor, and children were indoctrinated to spy on their parents. Fear permeated every aspect of life, and a single misstep could mean a death sentence. The country was engulfed in a wave of paranoia and violence, leading to widespread suffering. This was the grim reality of Pol Pot's Cambodia, where the pursuit of a utopian dream led to a nightmarish existence. The cost of Pol Pot's utopian dream was catastrophic. This dream, born from the depths of a troubled mind, led not to the promised land of equality and prosperity, but to a landscape of despair and death. The price was not paid in simple currency, but in the lives and the very souls of the Cambodian people. An estimated 2 million lives were extinguished under his rule, the result of starvation, forced labor, and execution. That's nearly a quarter of the population at the time. Entire families, communities, and generations were wiped out, the flames of their potential forever extinguished. The cities were empty, the fields were filled with toil and sorrow, and the air carried the echoes of the silenced. The fabric of society was torn apart as fear and distrust replaced the bonds of community and family. His rule until 1979 is a chilling testament to the devastating impact of unchecked ideology. The fall of Pol Pot didn't erase the scars left on Cambodia or its people. The aftershocks of his brutal regime are still palpable today, decades after his downfall. The landscape of Cambodia carries the indelible imprint of a vision gone terribly wrong. Yet from the ashes of this dark past, the nation has persevered, striving to heal and rebuild. In the face of immense adversity, the spirit of the Cambodian people has remained unbroken. Memorials dot the countryside, not only as a tribute to the millions who lost their lives, but also as poignant reminders of the resilience of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable hardship. As we remember the atrocities committed under Pol Pot's rule, we must also remember the importance of vigilance. The lessons of the past serve as stark warnings for the future. Pol Pot's story is a grim reminder of the need for vigilance against the dangers of radical ideology. Before we conclude this journey into the dark side of the mind, We want to express our gratitude to you, our viewers. It's your curiosity, your interest, and your commitment to understanding the complexities of our world that have led us down this path. We've delved into the depths of a man's twisted vision, witnessed the rise and fall of an oppressive regime, experienced the chilling reign of terror, and seen the devastating impact left behind. But we've also seen the power of remembrance, healing, and the indomitable human spirit. We thank you for joining us on this harrowing journey through Cambodia's past. As we've explored the chilling reign of the Khmer Rouge and the resilience of the Cambodian people, we hope that this has not just been an exploration of history, but also a call to action, to remember the past, to learn from it, and to ensure that such atrocities never repeat themselves. With every video, we strive to shed light on the darkest corners of our world to ensure that the lessons of history are not forgotten. Your support and engagement make this possible. Together, we can strive to understand, learn, and grow. Thank you for being part of this journey. Remember, history is not just about the past, it's about understanding how the past shapes our present and how we can use this knowledge to shape a better future.